Hi, my name's Christy Roberts and I'm the founder of Creating Change. And I've done a lot of speaking over time, but I really have a really strong message that I want to share with the world. And for me to get that engagement and to really be articulate in my message, I have to be a really good speaker. So whilst I'm a good speaker, I want to be a great speaker. Like, for me to influence lives, I have to be great. So I went to the best. I went to Alyssa and attended her program, and I have got so much value. Like, I cannot even articulate into words how much value I got out of this 6-week program. I never envisaged that I would get so much out of it. Thank you, Alyssa. It's been an absolute delight working with you. Your coaching is world class. I cannot emphasize enough the value for money that I got out of this program.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday and welcome to Q&A Wednesday, but it's now Friday. Today, we're talking about something that's very, very close to my heart, and that is this: social anxiety and your voice. Now, I have so many tips for you available today. Excuse the planes going over. It's plane o'clock again. So please stick around if this is an issue for you. So I'm going to ask you a few questions, and if you nod your head, I know that these things are really affecting your life and you really need to change them. If this is going to affect you, you need to, or somebody that you love and know, please share this video with somebody else as well, because we're going to be here live together for at least 20 minutes or maybe longer if there are heaps of questions coming in and you need some help. Now, before we get started, my name is Elisa James. I'm a voice and presentation coach, but I wear many hats. Some people come to me because of trauma anxiety issues that are stopping them from speaking up in their life. Other people come to me with voice issues like stuttering, stammering, or if they lose their voice after speaking too much and things like that, voice rehabilitation. While my higher end clients who are in corporate or running a business, they come to me because they need to learn how to public speak or be on camera. So all of those people basically come to get voice and presentation training. But today, this is the thing that we're talking about the most. And the reason is this: it affects more than 75% of my clients. It breaks my heart. These are the issues that we're looking at today. Difficulty socializing. Now, I know about social anxiety, underconfidence, being shy, being an introvert, all of that, because guess what? This was my label for more than 20 years of my life. I'd say probably, to be honest, probably the first 30 years of my life. Now, I'm old now. I'm 58. I've learned a lot in my life, and I've certainly helped a lot of people over the last 20 years. But the first 30 years, I didn't have my shit together. I didn't understand things. I didn't like myself. I didn't really thrive in life at all. And this is why it is so important to me to make sure that you don't struggle with the same issues, because I wasted a lot of time and I don't want you to. I want you to make sure that you nip it in the bud quickly, because I don't want you coming to me at 50 or 60 and trying to fix the problem then. It's too late. Believe me, I have a lot of clients that are over the age of 40 that have not fixed this issue. So this is what they're struggling with. They do not like going out and socializing with people. Meeting new people is hard for them. And believe me, I understand. Whenever I went to a party or a reunion for school, God forbid, my heart would sink. I would be so afraid and have nightmares, literally have nightmares for weeks about going to a party or socializing with people that I didn't know. It was one of the most scary things that I could ever do. I wanted to say no most of the time because it didn't feel safe. So if I actually went for whatever reason, if I was forced to or coerced into going, you would find me in the corner by the bar, eating cheese and crackers and having a glass of wine or champagne and hoping that somebody might come over and start a conversation. That was my safe spot over here in the corner. Now, that is for somebody, if that relates, if that resonates with you, please pop it in the chat because hopefully I'm not the only one who went through a crazy time like that. But if this is you, I want you to stop doing one thing right now, and that's saying the word can't. I can't meet new people. I can't socialize. I can't go to networking events because it's not true. The can't is the thing that's stopping you. If you switch that word can't to one simple thing, change it to won't. Tell me how you feel. I won't go to a networking meeting. I won't socialize at events. I won't speak up for myself in a social situation. Do you see how it feels different? Do you see how now you feel a bit like an idiot because you just won't do it? It's not that you can't do it. Can't is just completely pushing it aside as though it's not possible. Like, I can't fly. Well, I can get into a plane and fly. That's a can. But when you say can't, you're just robbing yourself of every opportunity and you're robbing yourself of being empowered. When you use the word won't, you take your power back because it's a choice that you've made. I won't go because maybe there's a different priority. But let's face it, being confident in life is a priority. So that's where we're at today. Now, let me jump over the comments to say hello. It's nice to see you here. Milo, I'm so glad that you're here. It's so exciting. I love having you here on the show. Wow. You are describing me, Elisa. I have difficulty socializing. I am too shy. Milo, let me tell you something. For more than 35 years, I labeled myself as shy. I was absolutely shy. I would hide behind my mother's skirts. I wouldn't say boo. I wouldn't socialize. I didn't want to play with the other kids. I didn't feel safe. I hated being with other people because it was too painful, too hard. So I always labeled myself shy and I made excuses by using the word can't. I can't do that because I'm shy. All the time for about 35 years of my life, honestly. I had to wake up and change the label. Now I use the label, not that I like labels, but I know that I was shy as a kid and I knew that I had to get over it. So that's what I'm going to share with you today. So this will be so important for your growth today, Marla. I'm so glad that you're here. The second thing is that, yes, I was shy, but I was also an introvert. Now, there's a big difference, and please listen up if you are shy, because you may not be shy forever, but you might be an introvert forever, and that's okay. I am an introvert. Now, an introvert will actually have become an ambivert over time. An introvert is someone who likes to fill up from the inside by refreshing and renewing their energy alone. That's the only true label of an introvert. You like to refresh your energy alone in your cave, in my studio, in my bedroom, wherever, not with other people. An extrovert is someone who loves being with other people, loves socializing and being on stage in the center of attention, but they also love after that fact to fill up their energy by being with other people. They go out to a party afterwards. They like being the center of attention at the party after the show. Well, as an introvert and a performer, I couldn't do that. I could do my show and, to thousands and thousands of people, standing ovation, walk off stage. The worst nightmare for me would be having to go to a party and socialize with people afterwards. I needed to fill up my energy and refresh my energy from the inside. So now, because I can be extrovert and introvert, I feel more comfortable being an introvert. But I would say because I wear two hats now, I've become an ambivert, AMBI. That means that I can do both and flip between the two, but I default to introvert. Now, is that making sense, Milo? You may be shy right now, but I'm going to give you those tangible steps to get over that today, and you need to take some of them at least 1 to 3 of these steps you need to take. One thing alone is never going to fix it. Kyle, okay, no worries, but we'll check it out recording later. Fantastic. Kyle says, I'm not sure if this is related to today's topic, but I have a hard time speaking in groups because I'm hesitant someone will talk over me at the same time by accident, so I usually don't speak up. Yes. Kyle, do you have the download Why People Don't Listen and how to change that in 5 easy steps? I don't know if it's on my link tree. We will make sure that we'll put this under the live stream for you if you don't have that, but that's a really, really good opt-in for you. It's a simple way to look at you first, because here's the thing. If you've had the experience that somebody's talked over you in the past, it usually means that probably you might mumble a little bit or you might ramble. If there's nowhere to interject, then a confident person is just going to cut you off because there's nowhere to interject or have a conversation. We've got to be very careful when we're speakers to be in a conversation that's a two-way street. Now, in a perfect world, people would listen and people would respond. We don't live in a perfect world, and some people are egoists and they like to have all the attention all the time, so they'll literally talk everybody down. They'll talk over the top of everybody else. Now, if you're a shy or an insecure person and you have speaking patterns that are disempowering you, somebody like that is just going to cut you off and talk all over you. That's difficult because that's an issue with them and an issue with you. So what we're looking for is to establish ways of speaking that become very easy for people to listen to, with strong sounds, strong sentences, gaps, pauses, full stops, asking questions, all of that. When you do that, people will listen. They will listen more attentively and they'll stop cutting you off because now you've made it a conversation between two people, a dialogue, not just ramble, which we call verbal diarrhea. These patterns are very, very important. If you speak with the wrong voice pattern and the wrong sound, then those people who are listening to you will either switch off or talk over the top of you. So we've really got to watch our patterns. So I'm so glad that you're here and watch this in the replay. And I know that you'll get lots of value out of this today. So the very first issue is difficulty socializing. The next issue is not speaking up at work meetings. And these things affect every person who is shy, who is an introvert, and people who don't speak up. Now, we're not going to go into psychology today of why this happens, but I've done that loads and loads of times. And I do have a course specifically around that called The Psychology Behind Your Sound. And when you go through that 25-page, very detailed workbook, you will understand exactly where this came from. Now, just because we know why we're shy, socially anxious, doesn't mean that we have an excuse to stay that way. I was in that excuse for about 35 years until I changed my thoughts and changed my voice and changed my life. That changed everything. And I had huge success after that fact. Now, the next one, a big issue, is passing up on opportunities due to a lack of confidence. Now, believe me, I have done this so many times, it's ridiculous. Not in the last 20 years or so, but much earlier in my life. And I even got a little cookie from a fortune cookie. You know, when you go to a Chinese restaurant, you get a little fortune cookie sometimes. I opened it up and inside that little fortune cookie, it said, miss opportunities through being too cautious. And I thought, that's my freaking life. That's what I do. I miss so many opportunities because I'm so cautious. I wouldn't take risks. I wouldn't step up. I wouldn't be seen. I was afraid of being seen and heard. It was destroying my life. And in fact, it got to such an awful point of my life. And this is completely honest with you and vulnerable today. I got to a point when I was in my 30s that I literally didn't want to live anymore. I literally it was too hard. You know, I'm getting a bit teary thinking about it, but that's how it felt. It really felt. It felt too hard. Every day was a struggle. I was depressed and anxious all the time. I was frustrated. I was angry with myself. I was angry at the world because of everything that I was suffering with from the inside. It's no way to live. So when I got to that pinpoint, that deep dive, if you like, the bottom of the barrel, I really had to make two choices: end my life or pull myself out of the gutter. Luckily, I chose the latter, because now 20, 30 years later, I'm a very different person. And I wouldn't have become that person unless I'd gone through all the adversities. Not an English teacher here, you know that, right? If I hadn't gone through all those hard times, those adversities, I wouldn't be where I am today. If I hadn't crashed and burned, had panic attacks, agoraphobia, depression, anxiety, social anxiety, if I hadn't been through all of that, I wouldn't be able to coach in the way that I coach today. I wouldn't be able to stand on stage and speak to thousands of people at a time. I had to go through that. It's like when we become a butterfly. You don't become a butterfly by somebody holding a cocoon and snipping it open. You realize the butterfly would die? Somebody did that. They snipped a cocoon open because they saw the butterfly trying to struggle to get out of the cocoon, and the butterfly limped away and died within the first hour of life. The reason is this: we need adversity. We need struggles. We need challenges. It makes us stronger. It gives us wings. It brings blood and oxygen and strength to our wings so we can fly. That's the whole idea. We as human beings need to become the highest and best version of ourselves. If you don't, who are you? I have a very strong spiritual belief. I believe that life is given to us as a gift from God, from the universe, from nature, whatever you want to call it. But life is a gift. It's not a given. Not everybody makes it. Not every sperm and egg make it to life, or even make it to 10 or 20. So many people I know died before they were 30. Life is not a given. It's a gift. However, our development, who we become by the end of our life, is our gift back to our Creator. I truly believe that with all of my heart. So ask yourself right now, who are you trying to become? Who are you going to become to give your gift back to God? That's what we're doing here today. Now, it doesn't matter if you don't have any belief, but even if you could get to the end of your life and say to yourself, I don't have any regrets. I did everything that I wanted to do. I became a good person. I was successful in life and business. I raised good children. I have good friends. I'm so happy and satisfied with what I've created and achieved in my life up until this point in time. So whenever that point in time is, even if you don't believe in any higher power, do this for your future self. Do this so when you're sitting in that rocking chair at 85, looking out over the world, you feel satisfied with yourself, that you've gone all the way. Now let's move on. Another issue is getting taken advantage of. How many people have gotten taken advantage of? You give an inch, they take a mile. It's because you've got a label on your head that says, pick me, pick on me. I won't say no. I'll just do everything you want because I'm a people pleaser. A people pleaser is somebody who is insecure. We've got to really watch our boundaries as shy or introvert people because we don't want to be picked on or taken advantage of. And you will be if you don't stand your ground and speak up and get a stronger voice. Because when you speak differently, your life changes. It's as simple as that. I have found this to be true with myself and my students. When you change your voice, you change your life. You have to understand the importance of voice training. Next and lastly, living a life that is not serving you and it makes you feel depressed and frustrated. And believe me, I've done that. So think about what's the job that you have? Where are you stuck in life right now? Are you unhappy with your relationship? Maybe you're hiding from relationships because it's all too hard. It's too hard to get hurt over and over and over again. Maybe you've been in an abusive relationship like I have. I've been in two. I had to learn the hard way to stand my ground. And guess what? They don't like it when you stand your ground. And so, you have to move on and find somebody else. When you're with the wrong person, it could be because of the way that you're showing up in life. You're attracting the wrong people. I had a label on my head that said pick on me for a very long time. And who do I marry? A narcissist who nearly ruined my life. It's because I was weak and he was strong. So narcissist and strong egotistical people usually prey on weak, shy people because they can manipulate them and control them. It's very easy. So we get picked on. We get taken advantage of. It's going to show up in all areas of your life. So you've got to change the way that you're showing up. So let's look at the steps tangibly to do that. Now, just to let you know, this course that I'm going to talk about here, Change Your Voice, Change Your Life, is coming down. So it's only going to be there for another week. This is the old one. I wrote this course because of all the people struggling with lack of confidence. I knew from working with thousands of people around the world, when I heard them speak, I could hear the lack of confidence. I could hear the lack of security. They felt insecure. They didn't believe in themselves. They were self-sabotaging. They felt like an imposter. So they were showing up with all these vocal patterns that made people switch off. The vocal patterns and the way that they were showing up in life were not getting them ahead in life. They were not getting the relationships that they wanted and deserved, and they were also not getting up the corporate ladder. Some people who are really struggling with anxiety can't even get a job. I've had students that have come into my group that have been out of work for more than 2 years because of social anxiety. It can absolutely ruin your life. It literally can. So that's why I made this course. But here's the thing. Inside the course is all tangible steps to get yourself out of your comfort zone and into socializing more often. Now, people don't like that because they have to pay attention. They have to take action. It's all about psychology and taking action. In the workbook, 25 pages of great information. I'm happy to share that with you. However, people didn't have the tangible steps inside that mini course to change their voice, but they had the tangible steps to change their life. So I'm adding extra content. Actually, I'm taking the original course down. It was only $27. It's all going away within the next 7 days. You're very welcome to buy it. It's got some great content in there in the workbook, but everyone who's in the old course will automatically go into the new course, which is a voice transformation program. So we're going to give you tangible, there's about 10 modules in there. It's going to be, I think it's going to be about 5 or 6 hours of content. It's going to be a big course. That course is all about how to speak in a way that makes you feel and sound more confident for life. You will always get the psychology behind the sound and all the other tips that were in the old course, absolutely. But you'll get tangible ways to improve the way that you speak. Now, it's not a public speaking course. It's a voice transformation course. So now that I've said that, you can jump on the waitlist. I'll tell you how to do that in a moment. But I'm going to go through the steps that you need to take to change your voice and change your life. And you'll get all of this when you join the program. Step number 1, this is just little short tips today to help you take action now so you don't have to wait. Step 1 is know what other people hear. You've got to pick up your phone, and this is what people hate to do. You've got to pick up your phone and shoot a video of you speaking to the phone for 1 minute. Just tell a story. Today I made an omelet, and this is how I did it. And you take the person who's watching you, you will be watching yourself later. You record that, either voice or video or both, and you look back and watch yourself. Only when you watch yourself can you really see from an audience's perspective what other people are seeing and hearing. When I do that, my students are really shocked at what they hear. Now, as they go through training with me more intensely, they hear more and more and more and understand exactly what is stopping them from getting ahead in life. Now, for example, if you ramble, you're going to hear it. I had one of my students who did this constantly. Whenever they spoke, they were fiddling with something, twiddling a pen or tapping something or doing this with their knee. So they were jumping up and down. So distracting. That is what's telling your audience, your listener, that you are very uncomfortable in your own skin. You have to know what other people see and what other people hear. And the reason is this. The first two things that people notice about you when they meet you in person or on camera is how you sound and how you look. And I don't mean how attractive you are or if you've got makeup on or not. No, I mean the way that you show up in space. Do you bother to do your hair? Do you wear something neat and tidy? Are you standing up or sitting up nice and straight? Do you feel confident? Do you look confident? Do you sound confident? People will notice if you turn up like that with half the light off or your camera, in a weird angle, and it's very obvious that you're trying to hide. You will never make a good first impression if you are busy hiding from the world. The way that I teach is to fully show up, fully self-expressed, so you're in a good alignment. Your chest and your heart is open. Your throat chakra is open. You're ready to share your message with the world. When you open your mouth, you do it with conviction, with passion, with enthusiasm. That's what I want for you. The next is, now that we understand that first impression is super important, you've got to get to know your vocal instrument. And what I'm talking about here is getting to know how your instrument works. Most people have no clue. They think that the whole thing is here. And so they speak like that, and then they run out of air, and then they go, and then when they speak, they sound really exasperated. If you don't understand how your instrument works, how on earth are you going to change the sound or change the way that you speak? You can't. So you've got to get to know your instrument by doing some sort of training. Then once you know your instrument, you can get to like it and love it, because you can change things. If you don't like your hair, you can dye it, you can cut it, you can style it, you can change it, right? If you don't like your body, you can go to the gym or hire a coach and change the shape of your body so it looks and feels better, feels stronger and more powerful. We can change our voice too, because it's all made of muscles. And guess where it's powered? Well, A, with the brain, the mind, the mindset, and B, with the respiratory muscles. So when we know and like and love our voice, we get to trust that it's going to actually behave properly. You're not going to turn off people. You're not going to have weird breaks or have a really weak voice or lose it when you're trying to push to get louder. When you know, like, and trust your voice, you have so much more mastery over your vocal instrument. When you have mastery over that, you feel better about yourself because you feel more confident. You can trust yourself. You know what to say. You know how to stay calm. You know how to project. You know how to bring the voice down. You understand how the voice works. Let's jump over the comments for a second. Good morning. Good morning. It's so nice to see you. Subhendu, it's lovely to have you here. They are joining us from YouTube. So I can see that we've got a few YouTube people here. That's great. And Ravindra, it's lovely to have you here too, from India. Great topic. Hand pink waving. I love it. I love that. I love that. Thank you so much for chiming in this morning. Yeah, so if you missed the beginning of the video, make sure that you do it on replay and put #replay underneath this. I do check the comments, so please check any comments. I will check the comments and get back to you. And I'm going to leave you a message at the end of this live today to show you how you can get in contact with me to get on the wait list for the brand new course. But let's move down. We were just talking about first step is vocal analysis, knowing what other people hear. First impressions, understanding that voice and body language are the first things that people hear and see, and getting to know, like, and trust yourself and your own instrument. Now, step 4 is very, very simple for most people. This is not changing your voice, but this is changing the voice patterns. When we understand that there are 5 common disempowering vocal sounds that are disempowering the way you speak, you can understand and change that. So in one of my downloads, and excuse me, that was a big burp. This all is in the brand new course, Change Your Voice, Change Your Life. I go through these in a little bit of detail so you can eliminate them. Mostly they're upspeak, monotone, mumbling, vocal fry, and monkey mind, monkey mouth. When we have all those patterns going on, you're undermining the way that you speak. And if you undermine every sentence that comes out of your mouth, people will stop listening. They won't pay attention. Your boss won't see you as the leader that you may well be. You won't get that promotion. Maybe you won't even get the job that you want, because when they see and hear you, you sound very insecure and very unknowledgeable. What we always want as speakers is to turn up with confidence and conviction in our voice. We need to give the perception to that interviewer or your boss that you've got this. I'm competent and I'm confident and competent in my job. I know what I'm talking about. I've been doing this for 5, 10, 15 years. But here's the thing. You could be an expert in your field, but when you open your mouth, you don't sound like it. You could be an expert at being an engineer, say, and you know all this information, you've been doing it forever. However, when somebody gives you a public speaking gig or a keynote, you absolutely blow it because you sound incompetent. They're not going to believe that you're an expert in your field if you sound weak and rambly and underconfident. You really have to work on your speaking and communication skills. That's when your life changes incredibly. And believe me, it does. I've seen this so many times. Let's jump back over the comments before we go into the home stretch here. Oh, yay. I'm so glad. Okay. Subhandu, I'm so glad that you're here today, because you probably have seen the emails saying that we're going to change the course. We're a little bit behind. We're 1 week behind. The old course is going to be taken down in 1 week. Next Friday. It's Friday today. In 1 week's time, the new course will be loaded up with brand new videos, brand new workbooks. However, the psychology behind your sound, the pre-work module, will still stay there because people need it. People really need to analyze their voice and understand what's going on. So I'm going to keep that little piece there, but it's a brand new course. So as soon as the other one is up, I will move everyone out of the old mini course and put them into the new one for free. So you will get the voice transformation course absolutely for free. Now, when we launch it and we start to sell it online, that's going to launch at $97 founding member price. But because you're already in the old course for $27, you get the new one for free. So you don't have to do anything. I'm so glad. And that means that you're in the student support group. So once I've got people into that new course and into the new membership program, I'll be going live inside the support group, answering questions once a week. And here I'll be going live for public as well. So only the people inside the course will get access to me with questions, Q&A live. So glad that you're in there. I'm so glad. I really like this. I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you for joining us. Now let's go over to, so step 4 is eliminating those disempowering sounds, because those simple sounds can stop people thinking that you're confident, because you're probably showing up as underconfident. It's probably true. But all you need to do is change those voice patterns and you will see people starting to pay more attention. The magic is when people start to pay more attention when you speak, you start to feel a little bit more confident. So I call it reverse engineering confidence. I want you inside all of my programs to build confidence from the inside out. This is very important, but voice work is a shortcut to all of that. It builds skills around voice and speaking. So that means you're building confidence also from the outside in, which is super effective. I've seen it myself and in my students. So let's go over to step 5, and I'm going to give you some action steps. So I want you to take notes on this. If you don't have a notepad and pen or a device, go and grab it now, because this is going to be tangible steps that you can take. Now, once you're inside my course, I want you to put those tangible action steps into the course. Every week, I want to know what action people are taking. Because if you're not taking action, you're never going to see change. It's as simple as that. To make a massive change in life, you need to take massive action. I've had people, excuse me, that have gone through the course before, watched every video, done the assignments, got to the end, and never, ever did a live video. Never, ever did one of the exercises. Nothing. How on earth are you going to change? Reading a book or watching a video is not going to change your life. Taking action is. Now, this is why people join a program so they have access to me to give them feedback, to give them accountability. That's why live programs work, but not everybody can afford a live program. So this is the next best thing. So building confidence from the inside out is one of the most important things you can do, as well as building confidence from the outside in doing voice work. Now, I'm going to take you through some action steps that'll help both ways, confidence from the inside and confidence from the outside. And then I'll go back to check the comments before we finish up today. So here are the action steps. Grab a pen and paper. Number 1 is learn how to sing. Now, I know some of you might go, whoop, swipe off. I don't sing. I can't sing. There's those labels again. Guess what? If you can speak, you can sing. It's the same instrument. If I can speak, I can sing. You can sing anytime that you want. And here's the thing. The people that are afraid of public speaking, guaranteed they're 10 times more afraid of singing. And if you're afraid of singing, I guarantee you're probably afraid of public speaking, because it's all to do with being seen and being heard. If you don't feel confident enough to be seen and heard, then you're not going to be using your vocal instrument to express yourself fully. This is a shortcut, because once you do some singing exercises, and just as a disclaimer, this new course has got nothing to do with singing. However, I do put some singing exercises in there at the end, because it is important to gain confidence in getting your instrument working. So if you just download some free exercises, if you're not going to join the course, go onto Spotify or YouTube. There's heaps of singing content out there. You can start to sing scales and songs. It's going to give you a little bit more confidence in yourself. So learn how to sing. It's just to master your instrument. And when you master your instrument for singing and for speaking, you've got it made, because now you're not afraid of making sound. Any silly sound is going to be great. You can do anything with your instrument if you know your instrument. So start learning. Next one is, these are tangible tips that you can take today. Join a meetup group. Now, I used to have meetup groups in person before COVID, and then I shut them down and went virtual. So the great thing about the new membership that I'm going to be doing is making sure that every single month people can turn up live virtually from all around the world, and we can actually work together tangibly, not in person, but virtually in person. But if you can't do that for whatever reason, then join a meetup group. They're free. Most of them are free, I think. They might have a $5 show-up fee or something, but find a local group of real people who meet in person in your area. And it doesn't need to be Toastmasters or a public speaking group. I'm just saying, to get over your lack of confidence. You can join a meetup group about photography, or going for walks and getting healthy, or knitting and crocheting. I don't mind. Maybe dream boarding, vision boarding. Join a group so you are forcing yourself to show up when you're uncomfortable, and you're forcing yourself to show up and socialize even though you don't feel comfortable. Now, if you're going, oh, I could never do that, that's the reason why you need to say yes to yourself. You never, ever say, I can never do that, because it's never, ever going to get you to your goal, ever. You've got to bite the bullet. I have a motto that I've used from the age of probably 20. Feel the fear and do it anyway. You know how many times I walked on stage shaking in my boots, voice shaking, microphone shaking, scared out of my wits? But you get over it in time. You literally get over it in time. So join a meetup group and practice showing up. The next tangible thing that you can do to get to know your voice and your instrument and build confidence is start making up short speaking presentations. And you could be using slides if you're tech and you love doing slides, fine. Just grab a PowerPoint presentation or a keynote and put a little presentation together for 5 minutes. Just talk about something you're passionate about. Maybe it's food and nutrition, health and wellness, meditation, whatever. Just put a little presentation together and talk about something, and then maybe give it to your friends or your family. Present it to friends and family, or present it on camera. Now, if you're in the course, in the group with me, you can practice that in the group in a closed space where only my students will see it, and me and my staff. That's it. So in those closed Facebook groups I've got one for every course that I do, every level of membership. When you're even in the lowest membership, you can go live anytime that you want. This builds your confidence from the inside out. So start making up some short speaking presentations. Another great way for accountability and to make sure that you're socializing is to join a choir. Because again, now you're building your voice of confidence, you're learning about music and learning about your instrument, and you're in a situation where you'd be forced to socialize in a safe environment live. If you can, your first option is live for all of these. If it's too hard for you, your second option is virtual, and that's okay. And the last one is join an acting class. Believe me, acting and singing absolutely changed my life. I would not be the outgoing, confident person that I am today without all the training that I did. I've probably spent over my lifetime $400,000 easily on education and training, maybe more, because I started when I was 11 in the industry as an actor, singer, dancer, acrobat, trapeze artist. I did all of that for years and years and years, decades. But I trained for decades too. Teachers all over the world. I have no regrets because that money invested changed my whole life. So don't ever think I can't afford it. You can afford it. Make a commitment, make a priority to do some sort of training to get you out of your comfort zone and design a better life. Now, for those people that are ready, I'm going to show you how to get onto the wait list, because in 7 days from now, the new course will be uploaded, and shortly after that, I'm going to be launching my membership program. The Change Your Voice, Change Your Life voice transformation course will get you through all the beginnings of voice. You'll learn all about your instrument. You'll have tangible exercises to change things. So, for example, if you have a weak and airy voice and it's hard for you to project, there's tangible exercises to strengthen your vocal tone. If you have trouble projecting and hurting your voice, there's exercises around projection. This is video and downloadable audio tracks as well. Another one that people complain about is a throaty, scratchy, raspy sound. I show you how to move that sound up to the resonant chambers of your mask area and add more resonance. I'm adding that that's already added into the course. So there's so many exercises. They're called Fixing Common Vocal Issues. And those exercises are tangible for those specific issues. At the end of all those issues, then I put together 20-minute exercise tape. Old-fashioned word shows you how old I am. Exercise MP3 audio track on how to actually improve the strength, the agility, the flexibility, your range, all of that sort of stuff. So everything to do with voice is in that course. So that's like a little explanation of the Voice Club membership and the Change Your Voice, Change Your Life brand new updated online course and support community. Now, if this is interesting to you, all you have to do, if you've got a notepad and a pen, or screenshot this right now, this is my assistant Ice. It will go directly to her, admin@hapsvoicepro.com. And screenshot that if you need to keep that. All you have to do is send her a quick message and say, hey, can you put me on the wait list for either the Change Your Voice, Change Your Life new course or the membership, which will be launched shortly after the new course. Now, if you want to buy the mini course straight away at the $27 mark, you have 1 week left to do that because I'm taking it down in 1 week. So you can actually buy it for $27 now if you go to 𝐬𝐭𝐫𝒗mgs.com. It should be somewhere there on my homepage or in the courses. You'll find it. There are 3 courses available. The best place to start for everybody from now on, because of the new course, is going to be Change Your Voice, Change Your Life. You will go through just the workbook only, because in 7 days that course will be taken down and you'll be automatically put into the brand new course, which is a big, broad 5-6 hour course of voice transformation program. Very different to the one that I'm taking down. Very different. So go to 𝐬𝐭𝐫𝒗mgs.com and check out all the options available to you there if you want. And you can buy the course straight away. Or if you want to just get on the membership wait list, then just shoot an email to ICE and say, "Hi, ICE, it's blah, blah, blah. I saw Elisa's video on YouTube this week about the waitlist for the membership." And the membership is called the Voice Club. Every single month with the Voice Club for all of my members, it's different to the online courses. The members will go live with me in Zoom for up to 2 hours together. So when we have, say, 10, 20, 30 people all on the Zoom call, I'll be teaching you one concept around improving the sound of your voice and your public speaking skills. And then after that, we'll be actually doing hot seat coaching with particular people in the class who filled out a form and applied for hot seat coaching in that class. So that way you will be on screen and I will be coaching you to help you around the voice issues that you want to transform. So say for you, you might stutter or stammer. Now, this is an anxiety issue. It's a physical issue, yes, but it's also an anxiety issue. So I can show you tangible steps to eliminate the stuttering and stammering straight away. And you will be amazed at how easy that works for you. It will take time and practice to implement into your daily life. Of course, like anything does, 10,000 repetitions to mastery, as they say. But once you learn the technique, you'll be able to practice that on your own. Now, say another thing that you're having trouble with is your weak, airy or breaky sort of voice for speaking or singing. Bring that issue to class. And if you're one of the hot seat students, then I will coach you through that issue. Now, every student will get at least 10 to 15 minutes of coaching, and everybody else on the call. Here's the magic about group training. There are so many people on that call that will guaranteed be struggling with the same issue. When you see somebody else being coached through that issue, transformation happens because it speaks to you. I've just invested, for example, $25,000 into a coach that I'm going to be working with for 12 weeks only. Right? 12 weeks. I invested a lot of money to work with this coach for 12 weeks. And guess what? It's not even one-on-one. It's a group class. Every week when I show up for classes, there are 25 at least people in that group. I have to submit a questionnaire to be able to be allowed to ask questions. And if I'm one of the first people that submitted the questionnaire, I can open my mic and ask that question and get help. Now, if I don't get my question answered, guaranteed one of the other people on that call will have a similar or the same question as I had. I get massive value out of that training. Massive. And that was a massive investment. So guess what? When you invest money in yourself, you show up because people value what they pay for and they pay for what they value. So what do you value? Do you value a voice? Do you value a better life? Do you value a better job? Think about what's important to you. So there you have it, everything. If you want to get on the wait list, just email my assistant or just jump over to 𝐬𝐭𝐫𝒗mgs.com. You'll see a 4-video free series. Once you're in the newsletter, you'll get notification of when the new course is going up and when the membership is launched anyway. So it doesn't matter which way you come in. Okay, so let's jump over to the comments. The Voice Club. Yes, we have, let me see. The Voice Club TV. Oh, good. Yes, that's the name of the membership. I'm so excited because it's going to be so fun. I've got my hair stuck. There are so many different things that I want to add to this course. I'm going to keep putting polls in the community tab, you can see that a lot of people are joining us on YouTube right now. I've just found the community tab. Oh my God, I didn't even know it existed. That's so much fun. So I've started putting some stuff up on the community tab, and I've noticed that most people want to improve the sound of their voice. That's 87% of all of my my fans on YouTube. I will continue to put different things up there, so different voice issues that you're struggling with. I would love to know what you're struggling with. If you leave it in the comments too underneath this video, if I've left something out of the course, I don't know, I can't think of anything that I've left out, but say you struggle with something that I'm not quite sure of or have forgotten about, please put it in the comments, because I would love to put that inside Change Your Voice, Change Your Life, and also add it as a topic to my membership. I'm sure there's probably one thing that I've forgotten, but most things, because I've been working with voice a long time, I think I've remembered most things. So I'm going to cover pretty much every single topic. I can't think of anything that I haven't added, but anyway, I'll think about it. Yep. So you've got everything here of all the comments here. Great. This is going inside Facebook and LinkedIn as well. So this is the way to contact me if you want to get on the wait list for the brand new course. So who got value out of this today? Share it in the comments, because I would love, love, love to see that. Hopefully I have given somebody value, because that is always my task, is to come on here and give as much value as possible. There is nothing more important to me than you having the voice that you deserve. You having the life that you deserve. You not hiding from the world anymore. I don't want you to get to the end of your life and have regrets. I don't want you to get to 50, my age, and go, I'm still not happy with the way that I speak. Nobody listens to me. I'm not getting the promotion. You don't want to get to a certain age of your life and not be where you really wanted to be by that age. There's nothing more frustrating and upsetting in life than your dreams just going away. I remember working with people that have come to me at 40 and 50 and even 60. When I was living in Holland, for example, I was doing a lot of touring and stuff in Holland, and people would come to me and say, when I was little, I really wanted to become a singer, or I really wanted to become an actor or a motivational speaker, fill in the blank. I really wanted to become a something. And now they're 60 and they're turning up at classes with me. And I said, well, why didn't you follow your dream when you were 10 or 15? Why didn't you do that? Oh, because my parents didn't support me. They didn't think it was sensible. I didn't think I'd make enough money, or, fill in the blank. And then they got married, and then they had kids, and then their partner didn't support them. Their partner poo-pooed their dreams. So they go through their entire friggin' life forgetting about the dream that was put into their heart as a child. That is the worst thing that you can have. That regret. Oh my God, I wouldn't have been able to live with myself if I didn't become the entertainer that I wanted to be. That was my dream from the age of 4. I wanted to sing and dance on stage and feel fully self-expressed, get dressed up in all these different costumes and wigs and makeup, and just, it was like living in a fantasy world, right? Living on this other planet, because I was in all these different shows all over the world doing all these crazy and amazing things. That helped me become the fully expressed person that I am today. If I hadn't have gone for that dream, where the hell would I be? Behind a desk somewhere? Desperate to break out of my mundane life? Probably. If I'd listened to that small voice inside me going, no, you're not good enough. No, you can't do this. No, you don't have a voice. You're not good enough as a singer. You're not good enough as an actor. If I'd listened even to my parents and my family, they weren't that committed to me doing it full time because they were worried that I wouldn't make it. I wouldn't make enough money. But sometimes we have to follow that little voice inside us, inside our heart, that says, I really want this. I want to sing. I want to express myself. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to be a star to be fully self-expressed. You don't have to be a celebrity to be fully self-expressed. You can do all the things that I suggested on the screen. Join a choir, join a meetup group, do an acting class, do something fun that gets you out of your comfort zone and helps you become the person that you're meant to be. Okay? Do it today. Write the steps down. It's been my pleasure being here with you today. Every single day is a great day to grow in confidence. Your future self depends on it, okay? Have a wonderful week, and I look forward to seeing you next week for Q&A Wednesday, probably on a Wednesday. I'll see you then. Bye.